Oh man, I'm laughing to start this episode because I want to talk about a couple of mistakes that we all make. Mistakes that are common to podcasters, video content creators, whether you're a beginner or a veteran and you've been at it for years. And the laughter comes because I just made one of the mistakes I want to talk about today. So I'll tell you more about that, along with the 3 mistakes that are common to us all. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of Good Podcasting. My name's Brian, I'm the host of the show, and yes, I still make mistakes. A lot of them, actually, and as I started recording this, I made one of those mistakes. Now, you would never know it because I would cut it out, and I would never talk about it, and we could just move on. But because of the nature of this particular episode, the content in this particular episode, I thought I had to tell you about this. So I sit down, I press record on my camera. I sit down in front of the microphone. I had not even started my audio recording yet. I didn't even have my software up. So I've got a lot of unusable, unnecessary video on my SD card in my camera. So that's mistake number 1. I shouldn't have ever started it until I was ready. And then I sat down and I recorded the intro 2, 3, 4 times. I can't remember how many times I recorded the intro. And my camera picked it up, but I never pressed record on my audio device. I pulled the software up, but never ever did I hit record. And so once I realized that, I hit record and we rolled with it. That's where some of the laughter came from at the beginning of this episode. So that's a mistake that I make quite a bit. And today I want to share 3 mistakes that are common to all of us. And I share this kind of in a fun way, not to discourage you, not to say, hey, you're going to continue making mistakes. Don't even try. My point in telling you these 3 common mistakes is hopefully to encourage you that when you make one of those mistakes, it's normal. Embrace it, roll with it, go with it, and just move on, because we all make these mistakes. And I've kind of categorized them into kind of 3 topics, 3 ways, 3 types of mistakes we all make. The first is tech issues. And that was one of the ones that I just made, forgetting to press record. It's a technology related mistake. Now, sometimes we have no control over that. Sometimes our equipment just malfunctions and it's not really a mistake, but it kind of falls into this category as well. For me, it was forgetting to press record on my audio software. Sometimes my camera is not recording. I can see myself in the viewfinder and I get 2 minutes into an episode and the viewfinder shuts off because it's on a timer when it's not recording to save battery. And I realize after 2 minutes of recording that maybe I've got some audio, but I have no video because I forgot to hit record on the camera. Sometimes it's, forgetting that your mic's on mute. Sometimes you've forgotten to plug something in. Sometimes it's forgetting to save a recording. Have you ever done that? How frustrating is that? You get through the whole thing, but you forgot to save it. You closed down your computer, your battery died, something like that. It happens. It happens to all of us, and it's frustrating, but it happens. It's probably already happened to you once, twice, 3 times before, and it's going to happen to you 2, 3, 4 times again, probably every couple of weeks or every couple of months, depending on what your recording schedule is like. So I'm curious if you've ever had tech issues or made some mistakes with your technology that's kind of held up one of your recordings, postponed one of your videos. Let me know what that is. A mistake maybe that is common that you make a lot. Let me know that in the comments. The second mistake that's common to all of us is going off script. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that we all script our videos. We don't even all outline our videos. Sometimes we sit down and talk off the cuff about the things that we intend to talk about. When I say going off script, I mean sometimes we say more than we need to, we say more than we mean to, or sometimes we don't say enough because we haven't thought it out well enough. We haven't put it on paper. We haven't put it on our screen. We haven't saved a document anywhere. And so we don't say everything that we want to say. We forget some important pieces that we don't recognize until we watch it back. We start to edit and we go, oh, I forgot to say, or, oh, I said too much. Now, saying too much is easier to fix because you can just cut that out, right? But if you don't say enough, you might have to sit down and re-record, which, again, you go through this whole cycle of, is all my stuff recording? Is all my stuff set up right? Am I saving this correctly? Then you have to deal with all those tech issues again. Going off script also, in my mind, can include messing up, kind of bloopers, the things that, you stumble over your words, you juxtapose two words and you say something you don't really mean to say. What do you do with those things? What do you do when that happens? I'm asking that question. What do you do with your bloopers, your outtakes, the things that you say that you don't really mean to say, the times that you mess up, the times that something funny happens on screen behind you? What do you do with those things? I'd love to know. Let me know that in the comments, what you do with your outtakes, what you do with your bloopers. Do you share those with people, or do you just cut them and hide them and like they never happened? Now, the third common mistake is bad edits. Now, there's a lot of things that this can encompass. This is, again, a broad category, but some of the bad edits that, for me have happened is I use some plugins to create some transitions between one clip to another clip. And sometimes that plugin, for whatever reason, hasn't rendered when I've exported it, and I get this bright red screen with a yellow like caution symbol on it that just tells me, hey, bonehead, you didn't wait long enough for this thing to render, and now you've posted it, now everybody knows it, right? So that's a bad edit. Sometimes the bad edits are things like outtakes or things that I messed up, I meant to cut, that I didn't cut, that I forgot about. I didn't listen thoroughly enough. I didn't edit thoroughly enough. I do want to shout out a former coworker of mine, a friend of mine, who, when I started podcasting, we would release episodes every Monday morning at 8 a.m. They were there for people to listen to on their way to work. First thing Monday morning, it was kind of a volunteer training, staff training type podcast. And she was always the first person to listen to the podcast. And I was super grateful for that, because there were so many times that she would call me or text me and say, hey, I don't know if you meant to say this, but I probably would have cut that out. It's probably not important, or maybe it's embarrassing to someone, or we got you guys just talking on a microphone and it has nothing to do with the episode, and you probably, I'm guessing, didn't intend to put that in there. So she saved us several times on several occasions because of the bad edits that we do. Sometimes your edits have to do with your music. Your music's too loud or it's too soft. And I've actually just kind of cut out music altogether, other than my intro and outro, because it's really hard to find that good balance of the level of music that enhances the video and isn't too loud to cover up your voice, but sometimes it's too loud and you can't hear the person that's actually talking. So bad edits are that third type of mistake that I think is common to all of us. We all make these things at some point in our content creation journey. So those are three mistakes that I think are common to content creators across the board. And these are easy mistakes to make. And thankfully, they're easy mistakes to remedy. But I'm curious, what other mistakes do you find yourself making time and time again that you'd be willing to share with us in the comments below? Let us know, and let's have a good laugh together. I'll see you in the next episode.